What would you do if the woman you trusted with your life made a call the second she thought you were gone, and you were still standing outside the door listening? The hallway light flickered above me, that cheap yellow bulb buzzing like it knew something I didn't. My suitcase sat by the door, half-zipped, a prop in a lie I had just told her. 3 days in Chicago, I'd said, kissing her forehead while she barely looked up from her phone. The moment I stepped outside, I didn't leave. I stayed, silent, waiting. 10 minutes. That's all it took. Her voice came through the door, low, excited, different. Yeah, he's gone. You can come over tonight. And that's when everything inside me snapped, but I didn't walk back in. I smiled, because now, I finally knew. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. I sat in my car parked across the street on West 34th Street, staring at the apartment windows like they might confess something on their own. New York never sleeps, but that night it felt like it was holding its breath with me. Her name was Lauren. My wife. 5 years. No kids. No major fights. Just distance lately. Late nights. Smirks at her phone. A kind of coldness that made our bed feel bigger than it was. And now I had proof, at least the beginning of it. I didn't go to Chicago. I checked into a cheap motel off 9th Avenue instead. Not because I couldn't afford better, but because I needed to feel uncomfortable. I needed to remember this feeling. That night, I drove back. I parked 2 blocks away and walked slowly, my heart pounding in a rhythm I couldn't control. When I reached our building, I saw it, his car. A black BMW I didn't recognize, parked like it belonged there. I didn't go up. Not yet. Instead, I took out my phone and started recording. Time. Location. The car. The plate number. Every detail. Because I wasn't going to confront her. I was going to destroy her. The next morning, I texted her like nothing happened. How's your day going? Miss you already, she replied within seconds. I almost laughed. Over the next few days, I built a version of myself she had never seen before. Calm, observant, patient. When I returned from Chicago, she greeted me with a kiss that felt rehearsed. Her perfume was different. Her eyes didn't hold mine as long. Trip go well? She asked. Yeah, I said. Productive. That word hung between us like a threat she didn't understand. I started noticing everything. Receipts in her purse from places she never mentioned. Restaurants in Soho, a hotel bar in Midtown. Late night, work calls that ended with her stepping out onto the balcony. Messages she hid the second I walked in. I didn't ask questions. I collected answers. I installed a small recording device under the passenger seat of her car. Not because I wanted to, but because I needed to know how deep this went. The first time I listened to it, I had to pull over. His voice was smug, confident, like he owned something that belonged to me. You deserve better than him, he said. She laughed. Don't worry. I'm working on it. Working on it. That phrase echoed in my head for days. I started digging deeper. Her email, her laptop, her cloud backups. It wasn't hard. She never thought I'd look. Why would she? She thought I was weak. And maybe I was before. I found everything. Photos, messages, plans. They weren't just sleeping together. They were planning a future funded by me. She had been quietly moving money, small amounts at first, then larger ones, into an account I didn't recognize. That's when it stopped being just betrayal. It became war. I hired a lawyer, quietly, efficiently, a man who didn't ask questions, just results. Do you want to leave? He asked me. Or do you want to make a point? I want her to feel what I felt, I said. He nodded. Then we do this carefully. We froze accounts, documented everything, built a case so airtight she wouldn't see daylight through it. Then came the social side. Lauren loved appearances, brunches with friends, Instagram posts, smiling photos that painted a perfect life. So I gave her one last perfect moment, an anniversary dinner. I booked a private room at a restaurant in Manhattan, invited her closest friends. Even her parents flew in from Boston. She was glowing that night, dressed in a red dress I had bought her last year, smiling, laughing, playing the part. Halfway through dinner, I stood up. Can I say something? I asked. She looked at me, surprised, but pleased. Of course. I raised my glass. To Lauren, I said. The most dedicated partner I've ever known. People chuckled. She smiled wider. Then I tapped my phone. The room's screen lit up. A video. Her. Walking into that hotel bar. Kissing him. laughing the same way she laughed at this table. The room went silent. Her smile died slowly, like something being suffocated. "What is this?" she whispered. I didn't look at her. I kept watching the screen. Message screenshots followed. Audio clips. The plan to leave me. The money transfers. Every lie. Every betrayal. Exposed. Her mother started crying. Her friends stared at her like they didn't recognize her. And him? He didn't even show up. Coward. Lauren grabbed my arm. "Stop this," she hissed. I gently pulled away. "No," I said quietly. I just started. The next weeks were a blur for her. Legal notices. Frozen accounts. Divorce papers citing infidelity and financial misconduct. She tried to fight. She had nothing. Her job found out. Not because I told them, but because things like this spread. She was let go within a month. Her friends stopped calling. Her parents stopped defending her. And the man she risked everything for? Gone. He blocked her. Vanished. Left her with nothing but the ruins of the life she burned down. The last time I saw her was in a courtroom in downtown Manhattan. No makeup. No confidence. Just a hollow version of the woman I used to love. She looked at me like she wanted to say something. Apologize. Explain. Beg. I didn't give her the chance. The judge finalized everything in under an hour. When it was over, she stood there, frozen. I walked past her without a word. Outside, the city moved like it always did. Cars. People. Noise. But inside me, silence. Weeks later, I went back to that same apartment on West 34th Street. Empty now. I stood in the doorway where I once listened to her betrayal. Same flickering light. Same quiet hallway. Only difference was, I wasn't waiting anymore. Because the truth is, revenge doesn't fix you. It just makes sure they never forget what they did. And as I turned off the light and closed that door for the last time, I realized something that still haunts me. She didn't lose me that night. She lost everything the moment she thought I wouldn't listen. The end.